Alright guys, with Legion time walking right around the corner, we are going to discuss how you can get prepared for the release of the Mage Tower. First of all, there are going to be 7 different scenarios, the same as in Legion. These include Claws in the Eye, an impossible foe, the God Queen's Fury, Fell Totem's Fall, the High Lord's Return, End of the Risen Threat, and last but not least, Thwarting the Twins. I probably butchered that one up. You will end up facing one of these bosses dependent on your spec. Completing all of these bosses at least once will reward you with a pretty neat mount which is called the Soaring Spell Tome. You may remember this from the vote we had last year. Looks like the devs really liked the idea of the Soaring Spell Tome. Upon defeating the Mage Tower as a Guardian Druid, you will be rewarded with the Fell Werebear form. A much better looking version than we had in Legion, at least in my opinion. And for every class including Druid, you will be receiving a Tomb of Sargeras Mythic Transmog recolor of the class you complete the Mage Tower on. Overall, I think these sets look pretty cool. What is your favourite recolor? My personal favourite is the Warlock. When entering the Mage Tower, you will find that the gear is scaled down to around item level 50. So this is just to make sure that you can't outscale it later on with better gear. Overall, just to keep the Mage Tower more difficult. We already know that there are some restrictions. Going into the Mage Tower, you will not be able to use Covenant abilities, Covenant signature abilities, Shadowlands legendaries, Soulbind traits, Conduits, Shards of Domination, Azerite traits, the Heart of Azeroth essences, Warlords of Draenor legendary rings, or the Mr. Pandaria legendary gems. With all these restrictions, will some classes struggle more than expected? Playing Venthyr Boomkin may struggle without the power gain of the Covenant ability. Will all of the classes still be fun without all of this borrowed power? With all of these restrictions in place, you can still gear accordingly to prepare for the Mage Tower if you want to or need to. Visiting old raids such as Siege of Orgrimmar to get various loot with multiple gem sockets will give you a nice advantage. You can also do old Legion raids or old raids in general to get powerful trinkets. For those of you who played in Warlords of Draenor, you might have a Helium Trinket which gives you a 10% increased damage done to demons with a relatively high proc rate. This trinket will obviously be really good if you are facing a demon boss. For those of you who played in Mr. Pandaria, you may find a Helium Weapon which contains 2 gem sockets. This is obviously a really nice power boost paired with the Siege of Orgrimmar gear. On top of all of this, you can check out the Legion Legendaries, specifically the Crafting Legendaries which contain multiple gem slots, allowing you to get even more gems, which obviously means even more power. If you played Battle for Azeroth, you may have the Legendary Cloak which provides a nice main stat boost if you upgrade it high enough. Although it is not clear if it will work in the Mage Tower as of yet, it is still worth picking up. On the topic of Battle for Azeroth, I would also recommend picking up the Heart of Azeroth just for the base stats. We can also look at the Consumables. Potion of Prolonged Power could be better than the current tier potions. Old flasks, augment runes, food, and other consumables like health potions, could any of these see use in the Mage Tower? There are also gems which are very easy to get if you dip your feet into PvP. These gems are mainly for agility and intellect users. The vendor is located in the Hall of Legends in Orgrimmar. You will require 1 Mark of Honour per gem. There are also enchants. Mr. Pandaria Leatherworking provides a very good leg enchant for around 2 gold. Not needing any skill is also a big time saver instead of spending gold on the auction house. And for cloth users, Pandaria Tailoring will provide you with leg enchants for 6 gold. The vendor is located right here on the map. However, there are some good enchants on the auction house for the other slots. Back onto the topic of the Mage Tower. You can do this as many times as you want, as there is no currency required to enter like in Legion. Although I think the Mage Tower is a great feature to return into the game, I think there are also some downsides, such as the heavy amount of restrictions that the Mage Tower gives. Although they make sense, these scenarios were made in Legion, where we had artifact weapons and where most classes had a completely different toolkit to begin with. I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Are you happy with the Mage Tower returning? Are you happy with the rewards that the Mage Tower gives? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. So that's it for me today guys, so as always thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you found the video helpful, and yeah, take care guys, I'll see you later.